Alright everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is IceSpikes from IceSpikes Gaming. My name is Alex from IceSpikes Gaming, and let's face it, I want to tell you about my 100-hour journey on Monster Hunter Stories 2. Alright, here we go. Oh my god, this game has me hooked. I wasn't that convinced. This is my first journey into Monster Hunter story and gameplay. I am not an RPG guy usually. I might play one or two RPGs, even though in every game you're playing a role, but I'm not that RPG. The turn-based style usually turns me off. And Pokemon was like my worst enemy. I like watching it, I like the speedruns, and I like everything around it. But Monster Hunter Stories 2 had me hooked. And so far, I'm playing on the Nintendo Switch over 100 hours. That's so far on the span of what, 1 week? This game was out on the 9th. It was out a little bit earlier thanks to Nintendo and Capcom making it available last Wednesday night or Thursday night. Anyways, the journey has been fantastic. And the reason why I'm bringing this video is because I wanted to emphasize that with letting you see a couple of the game itself so you can tell for yourself. Take this as a mini review, mini diary, as you will. Hopefully you enjoy this entry, and I hope that I can provide more content for you guys like this. Anyways, let's get into Stories 2. I don't want to spoil anything in here, but the reality of this game is that when I played the demo, it had me hooked. It had me on a condition that I could do this a little bit more. Turn-based, I'm learning my tactics around, and I'm enjoying my time. To the point I wasn't ready to admit to myself that I was gonna even complete this game. The story, without any spoilers, it was really compelling. And it drives the plot forward in a good, positive way that makes you wanna keep moving forward. But outside of that, the ability to level up your characters and having a quick kill because you're high enough to do quick battles and get some experience for your other characters makes the grind so much enjoyable. Plus, the game itself incentivizes to go get other eggs and collect the other monsters and put it on your team so they actually level up by granting extra experience to those monsters. The main game consists of you going out, getting an egg, raising it, and using it for battle. The monsters are divided into a couple types of monsters. They're power types, technical types, and speed type monsters. It works on a rock, paper, scissors kind of mechanic, where power beats technical, technical beats speed, and speed attacks beat power attacks. So when you start learning your monsters and you start learning your team, you know what the other monsters are gonna be attacking, and you start learning patterns. Pattern recognition is what keeps you kind of involved, knowing that you're gonna do a little bit more. On top of that, you have a couple things to manage on your weapons. I did a small detail on my on the weapons. It's posted on the channel. You can see that whenever you have a chance. However, more things came out, and you keep unlocking other moves, which is great. It adds more to the value to the gameplay. And I'm seeing that eventually you start using other weapons and other moves a little bit better. But the best thing I really wanted to share about these 100 hours that I spent is I'm currently at level 50 on my character with 108 hours at the moment of recording this video. The first 4 to 5 days, I put in this game 60 hours. I got exhausted, and when I finished the story, I felt like, man, I had to do everything over. I was so overwhelmed by how much the game has opened for me to do at the moment I hit endgame. I had to take about a day of a break, a little bit of a break, and then when I came back, I understood. I don't want to say I convinced myself. I knew I had to keep playing because I just hit high rank, and after all, this is a Monster Hunter game. It's a high rank. It's always a repeat from the beginning and learn new things from those same monsters. and I was okay with it. I kept playing a little bit more and wanting to keep playing the game. This game is packed with ton of things to do for the end game. You have to kind of fight every other monster as a high rank version of themselves to get your book completed and everything. Realistically, for this journey, this was a super enjoyable misfit, I would say, for me. Again, Monster Hunter Stories has their fans and have people that they like the gameplay, they played it. And that was the case with my wife. My wife actually played this alongside on her Switch. She got it a little bit earlier because she downloaded right away when it was available. When Capcom said, hey, it's available now, I show her the video and she went, all right, we'll download it. I had to wait for my physical copy on the mail. I bit the bullet a little bit and I did bought the Steam version to start it. I do still have to play through that one because on the second day we got the cartridge version and I play that with my wife because I actually want to spend this time with her because she played this and this is the kind of game that she wanted to spend time on. The greatest thing is having both of us side by side with switches and just asking, even when we were using either the TVs or handheld, watching a movie while we're doing this, the whole, hey, do you remember what this monster does or how to attack it? What is the first attack? And conversation that we have because we're sitting next to each other, you know, playing the same game at the same time. Even though we're doing different tasks, we're helping each other progress and complete the collection. And it's one of those memories, one of those things that you do as personal. I play games for the memories, and this is the thing that I want to share. It's like I don't know if it's similar, but I got the feeling like the first time I go with a friend to an arcade and we play a beat 'em up together, side by side controllers, we're helping each other, we're going in on a journey till what we can. Even if we have the money to beat it, or if we try to run with 1/4 to the furthest we get, yeah, that was the camaraderie that it brought. And 100 hours spent like that are well worth it for anyone that like this type of game. This is one of those games that it has a lot to do and it gives you a lot for what you're spending. Yes, it's a full price game and it has all the stuff, but it's fun. Realistically, I learned what the addictive nature of collectathons are with Monster Hunter Stories 2. It makes sense a little bit more. Usually turn-based games throw me off because the whole long sessions of grinding, they never feel new, but after you learn what you need to do and you're high enough, you can keep going and doing stuff and learning more. What I really wanted to drive is the 100 hours I spent next to my wife side by side playing with the switches. It is one of those things that is well worth it, the price of admission. Monster Hunter Stories 2 does have, even when you're playing alone, because usually you try to do multiplayer on a Monster Hunter and you have 4 people. In here you can only have 2, and you don't have multiplayer when you're playing on your own little world. You're collecting and everything, it's on you. The best thing about this game has been the experience I had outside of it. Talking to my wife, because I'm sitting next to her, it does remind me and made me understand why the Pokemon collecting, it's better when you have someone around you to share information while you're playing. And that's a greater feeling that I think it's the best experience I have had out of this type of game. I never seem to have the want or the energy to go back to something that makes me do turns and wait. Because again, I'm the kind of person that I just can't wait, probably. But having to deal with the turn base while having time to strategize and talk and playing the game and feeling that we're both playing the game, even though she's playing her own game and I'm playing all on my own, planning ahead. Let's look these and getting hyped for some events that happen during the gameplay. It is a tremendous experience that I wish everyone to have, because it's the one thing that that you collect. I collect games not for the game, not to throw the money away. I collect game for the experience and the memory. The memory is the one that stays, and that memory is the one that keeps me coming back. Overall, I really enjoy my journey. At 100 hours, I'm still finding tons and tons of things to do, and just getting to the new quest or getting to the end game grind, it makes me want to keep going, because this game does kind of that a little bit better. Knowing that we have already the first update is out with the Palico, and there's other updates coming down the line. At least the next 3 months, we have 3 months of content coming for the game. It is something that it's really, and I should stop using really, but it's an excellent experience, and I fully recommend it. I put 100 hours. I don't know how many hundreds of more I'm gonna put on it, but I'm gonna play it for a little bit. At least the next 3 months are counted, and hopefully I can go up to the task, and we spend lots of more memories and great times. There is a demo available on Steam and Nintendo Switch, and guess what? The demo is the first chapter, and everything is available to transfer from the demo to the full game. Anyways, I need to stop here. Thank you everyone for watching. Happy gaming, and have a wonderful rest of your day. See you on the next video.